All right, what is up, guys? Today we are going to be probably attempting our 24-hour stream. It was originally the plan to do it today, but I was hoping to wake up and get started. But I've been dealing with some audio issues that I want to get ironed out before the stream. So maybe we push it back tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Like, I do want to stick with the plan of doing the 24-hour stream today, kind of. But at this point, I've already been awake for a long time. So that's going to make it more difficult. Now, the plan was always to, if I needed to, move a cot that I have into the streaming room. You know what? I'm just going to say we're starting tomorrow for two reasons. One, I've already been awake for so long that I don't know how long I'll be able to go before I get exhausted, and I don't want to start and then just start sleeping. That feels like kind of cheating to start the stream and then spend like the first 6 to 10 hours of the 24-hour stream just sleeping on stream, right? So I don't want to do that to you guys. Let me count this out. We're gonna do 5. 4 and 5. Now, the one that we're doing today is the donut store blend. We've actually had this one before. It's one of my favorite ones to get as a K-cup. We don't buy the K-cups anymore though because the Keurig isn't working and I haven't had time to fix it. So I'm just buying the regular grounds for the moment. And I very much love this coffee. We're still going to read it for you, though. Where is it? It's a light medium roast, if you can see from the scale right there. This is the one that is bright and nutty, you know? The bright and nutty coffee showcases notes of caramel and hints of chocolate. The blend has medium body and a slightly sweet finish. This is actually a really good coffee to drink today because this is one of my favorite coffees to have without any type of sweetener in it, just the cream. And I only have half and half yet left. Apparently, I'm out of the sweetened creamers. So that's something I need to take into consideration. I need to go grocery shopping this week. Um, yeah, I don't think we're going to do the stream today simply because I am troubleshooting some audio stuff. It's things I was putting off for a long time that I wanted to get done before the 24-hour stream, and it just is taking longer than I had hoped, partially due to my lack of focus, but also just the reason I was putting it off is because it's complicated, you know? It's difficult getting this all synced up perfectly and everything. So, plus, I've been kind of quiet this past week, not really uploading much. So, I don't know if people were even aware of the plan to do the 24-hour stream. And there's a third reason, too, that it's almost time for the Warframe update. So I'm thinking if we wait and just do that tomorrow, we'll probably still be streaming when the new Warframe update drops. And I really want to stream the new Warframe update. I would rather not sleep through the new Warframe update because I can promise you after the 24-hour subathon, I am going to be just dead to the world for like a day, right? So at that case, I'll probably be sleeping. If I try and force myself to do it today, I'll probably be sleeping while everyone else is enjoying the new update, and then I'll come in a day late. If I push the 24-hour subathon back to tomorrow, and that's 24 hours plus however long people subscribe to, right? Which is one of the reasons why I have the cot as a backup plan, because if it goes too long, I know I can stream for 24 hours. In the past I've streamed up for up to 30 hours, but in the random off chance that some idiot drops a bunch of gifted subs or something and it ends up going for much longer than 26 hours or something, I might start struggling. So we do have the cot that I can bring downstairs. I wonder, I got, one of the things I did today in preparation for this was get a subathon timer all set up. So it's good to go once I solve the audio issues, but we haven't done the audio issues fixed yet. So I'm probably going to stream tonight, assuming I get the audio issues fixed. But like I said, I don't want to start stream for an hour or two for the 24-hour subathon and be like, all right, it's been good talking to you guys. I'm going to go sleep for half the stream. That's not the plan, right? The plan is to provide content for 24 hours. In fact, I bought 8 energy drinks to ensure I can do that. I don't even drink energy drinks like that. I generally keep 1 case of 4 just in case I need them to power through something. But I have 2 4-packs in here. So I am prepared. I'm just facing technical difficulties, which are preventing me from starting the stream as planned. And I could have done it yesterday. That was actually the plan, was to do these technical hoops yesterday, get the subathon timer set up, which I tested that and it appears to be working. I won't know for sure if it's working unless someone actually subs. But yeah, the plan is to stream tomorrow now. Oh, I'm going to stream tonight, but we'll do the 24-hour subathon tomorrow. Whenever I wake up, I'm going to do I don't know if I'll do anything, really. I'll probably just wake up, like, take a shower, brush my teeth and hair, and then get the stream started tomorrow. But today, we're just going to chill, I've decided. I'm going to pour the coffee. It's ready now. The whole plan, it's ready. I was reading the wrong number. The whole plan is to just start with 24 hours. We're going to do the thing we normally do, which will be eat, and then while I react to stuff, and then we'll go into Warframe. You know, if there's any game you can grind for 24 hours, it's Warframe, right? Now, if we do it tomorrow, there's probably going to be a couple hour period where it's down, and then we need to do the download while we wait for the update. Delicious. Creamy, nutty coffee. Exactly what I want. Another thing that I'm a little late for is feeding the cat. Normally I feed him like an hour before this. He's outside right now though, so he hasn't been bugging me about it, but I bet as soon as I come out here, he hears me and he shows up and he starts complaining about not being fed yet. Especially because I'm always really good about it. And sometimes he'll like beg for it early. I'm like, nope, you gotta wait. It's still 40 minutes left. I don't know where he is, so I don't see him. He'll just appear, I'm sure. If he doesn't appear by the time I'm recording this video, I'll call him inside and then he'll show up, because He always wants that food. But yeah, so the plan right now is to just finish troubleshooting the rest of the technical issues so that I can stream tomorrow with pretty much everything done. I don't think I'm going to worry about the second sound issue. Okay, let me sip some of this coffee to focus. Lock in real quick. That's good. Okay, so there's kind of like two tiers of audio issue that I'm dealing with, and it's mostly syncing. Well, right now, there's a third thing. So there's two types of audio syncing that I'm working on. One is I've never actually synced up my audio and video on OBS. It's not too bad, so I've never really worried about it before, but in preparation for focusing more on music content, which is definitely part of the plan, uh, I want that to be locked in, you know? So that part is already done, where I have created a delay on the video because it was about 4 milliseconds behind with the audio. And it's primarily because I go through a digital audio converter. I'm assuming like I have a legit XLR mic jacked into a DAC. Is that what they call it? I know that the something like Reaper, which is the one I use, people just call them a DAW, digital audio workstation. Do people call the converters DACs? But anyways, I have it plugged into my Focusrite, so I'm sure that delays the signal a little bit. But I managed to get that all synced up. Now, the big issue that I'm going to have to jump through a few more hoops is I also want the camera and audio that I have synced up with what I'm seeing on screen. Oh, there he is. I told you he'd hear me. What's up, Charlie? Yeah? You're hungry, kitty? Definitely? Okay. Yeah, give me a second. Let me finish this video, then I'll go feed you. Yeah, he's kind of whiny right now. But yeah, so we're going to... That's going to take more effort, definitely. It's just syncing up what I'm seeing and hearing with what you guys are seeing and hearing from me on the video. My audio and video is better synced up than it's ever been before, but syncing it up with what I'm seeing, that's going to require another level of delay, and it's a little more involved to actually figure out what that delay is. Not a lot, just a few extra steps. And then I should have that all synced up. And the primary reason I want that done before I do the 24-hour stream is I've noticed that when I get low energy, one of the best ways for me to get my energy levels back up is to sing. So I mentioned I've got multiple ways I intend to extend the 24 hours if I get tired. The first one is just substances, which is relying on the energy drinks. Of course, we'll start off with coffee in the morning and then switch to the energy drinks. But the second is to boost my energy through doing random song covers, you know? If I start to feel like I'm a little sleepy, I'll probably get out and just sing a random song. And that's kind of why I want to do the third level of the audio fix, but I'm not sure if I'll have time for that. Is generally most people that aren't singers don't know this, but even when you hear like a stripped slash unplugged live version where it's just raw vocals on a singer, there's almost always minimal vocal effects just because of like room noise and uh, all kinds of things. Sometimes he bites my beard and it hurts because he's not that good at just getting the beard. And he will also, he like bites and yanks on it. Like, I get it, kitty. You're just grooming me because that's what you do when you're being friendly with people. But that hurts, cat. I'm not as tough as you are, Charlie. Anyways, uh, so the third level of all that audio stuff is I want to get it all sorted out so that theoretically I could have just basic balancing effects. I'm not going to be using auto tune or anything like that. But at the same time, I do want the sound to be set up so I can switch that on and it's set up for singing because slightly different. I'm not an audio engineer. I hope someone who's an audio engineer can explain all of this. But go if you don't understand, take out your phone and record yourself singing one of your favorite songs. And then go to a karaoke bar and have one of your friends record you singing that same song. And I promise you will hear a difference because most of those karaoke DJs, if they're even good at all, they are giving you a lot of help, right? I've heard some that like definitely overdo the effects, but even the ones that are very subtle with it, they're still giving you at least a little bit of help. So I just want basic level, absolute, like this is the bare minimum for clean vocals. And I'm gonna admit, I'm over my head. People like I'm reading forums and stuff, and people are like, "You got to use the easy 111090 F0." I'm like, "What the fuck am I reading, man?" So it's I don't even know if I'm gonna do that before the stream. The only things I have my cam and mic synced up better than ever before, and now I just got to get it synced up so that the what you guys are seeing on screen, it there isn't a delay between that and my microphone because that was the thing I noticed that was an issue when I used to do karaoke nights on Discord. There was this band that I used to run karaoke nights on Discord for their community. And I've noticed that at least when streaming to Discord, there's like a pretty big audio delay. And the best way to have people to avoid that audio delay was to actually have them stream it themselves, like stream like play the videos on YouTube that they're singing along to and then share their screen. And that was the least amount of delay, but there still was a syncing issue, which was fine for like random karaoke nights just having fun, but it really pisses me off as a creator that's constantly trying to give better content for you guys. So that's the thing I'm working on right now. And I took a break from that to make this coffee, to let the cat inside and give you guys an update. But I need to get that done before I'm willing to do the 24-hour stream. And it's just taking longer than I expected. I have to admit, I got distracted reading about the vocal effects because I was like, can I just kill two birds with one stone? But it's a whole rabbit hole. It's not. I thought maybe. So I'm sure I could find a good post that it would be like, this is a 5 step thing to get you decent live sound on a singing mic. But uh here's the thing about nerds. Uh they just throw a bunch of highly technical information at you. And most of them aren't very good at explaining it to you like you're five, right? So, unless I can find and explain it to me like I'm five post, then we're definitely going to need to spend some time learning to do that properly, which is something I'm going to do before I do any dedicated music streams. But uh, I'm not intending to record. Like, obviously, there'll be the default recording of the stream, but I'm not intending to record any, whatchamacallit, like covers to re upload to my main channel or anything like that until I get all this audio engineering stuff figured out. Um, Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. There's something else I wanted to say. What was it? I don't even remember. But yeah, I guess the update for today is, due to technical difficulties, we are pushing the 24-hour subathon in celebration of 1,000 followers on Twitch back one day. But I think that's going to be a good thing, because then we'll just be able to stream the new Warframe update instead of sleeping through it, I think. Um, I'm not even sure what today is. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, like, as far as the date, I know it's Monday. Is it the 13th? It also depends on what time the Warframe update is dropping. It drops on the 15th, but I'm not sure what time it does. So who knows? Maybe the timing is going to be worse, and now I am actually going to sleep through the update. But regardless, um, that's the plan. There was something else. Oh, the third thing. The third thing I'm gonna do to keep myself awake is just like push-ups or curls or something like that. Anything that gets your blood pumping, you know? But of course, there's a limit to that, because well, I haven't been working out really since I've been up here, mostly just because there's so much work around the house that needs to be done that, one, I don't really have the time, and that's not really a great excuse, right? Because you make time for things, but also it's all such physical work that I feel like, even though it's not as good as actually lifting weights, it does balance out, right? I can tell you that spending 3 hours mowing the lawn with a push mower is a pretty decent lower body workout. So the yard here is 10 times bigger than the yard I had back in Pittsburgh. Maybe just ballparking it. It's not super quick and easy like it was back there. So, not to mention like all the renovations I was doing. I'm getting my maintenance man forearms back. Not quite the way I used to when I was a maintenance guy, but definitely got more forearm strength than I have had in a while. I'm interested to see how that translates to guitar playing, because the one thing that I'm probably really bad at right now as far as music goes is guitar playing. I used to be decent, but I was never great. I want to get to a point where I'm a great guitar player. I was I was moving from the range from decent into good, and then I went into the workforce for 10 years, and I lost all of that. But the one thing that I held on to was my singing and screaming. You know, I've always been primarily a vocalist, but I want to learn to be, at very least, definitely a good guitarist too. And I would like to eventually be a great guitarist. So my plan is, once I have all this audio stuff figured out, to start streaming me learning to play guitar again on top of everything. I still got to get those amps plugged in and all that figured out, but we're making progress day by day. You know, that's the important thing, is just do everything you can to be 1% better than you were yesterday. And I've theoretically already accomplished that, because now that the audio and video from my stream are perfectly synced up, we're already 1% better. But we're going for an additional 1% of getting not just my audio and camera synced up, but also the what you guys are getting from the desktop, right? Once I have all three synced up, it's gonna be nice. And I want that done before the 24-hour stream. I'm not even gonna worry about learning to audio engineer my voice for music yet. I'm just gonna do the raw vocals with just the basic noise gate and compression filter that's on there already, which are for streaming to, one, make sure you don't hear like the AC and stuff and the heater going off, or the dehumidifier that I keep running. Also, it prevents me from blowing out your speakers if I get excited and scream, or brings the audio up if I get a little quiet or move away from the microphone. So that stuff's on there, and it's probably going to stay on there when I do the singing. But when I record like real stuff, I'll probably take that off and just shut all the fans and things off. Anyways, I said I wasn't going to go down the audio engineering rabbit hole, so we're not going to do that today. There's just so much I need to learn in that respect. The guitar stuff, I already know a lot of it. I'm not great on music theory, but there are a lot of old songs that I used to know that I can't play anymore. So that's just all going to be about remembering. And for the vocals, I'm probably only about like 40 to 50% where I used to be, but I used to be pretty damn good. You know, I went to school for theater arts and I did some musical theater. I've been singing in choirs since I was in second grade. So my 40 to 50% is still probably within the top 90% of most people. It feels really frustrating for me at times, to be honest, because, you know, I'll go to like karaoke. I haven't been to karaoke in like 2 years at this point, I don't think, but just because I can't afford to go. But I've been to karaoke when I was like struggling, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, that was so good." And meanwhile, in my head, I'm like, "No, it wasn't. It was fucking terrible. I was flat on this note. I was sharp on those three notes. I totally missed this entrance by half a beat, right?" It's just so it's a whole weird thing. But one of the big things that doing the renovations on this house has taught me as to accept imperfection. Now, that doesn't mean to cut corners or look for the easy or lazy way out, but I've needed to accept the fact that if I just constantly need everything done to like a 99% level of quality, I'll never get anything done, right? I either spend way too long doing these obsessive little tweaks, or worried about this one little drip of paint, or it just becomes so mentally overwhelming that I shut down entirely. Uh, I'm working on figuring out when to just getting everything done to a 90% level and getting it out there. And I've also even learned to accept certain things. I'm like, you know what? 80% is good enough. I can do this to an 80% level and then move on to something else. And then later, when I have more time, or maybe I can hire someone to come back and bring it up to like 95% level. I have these absolute perfectionist qualities where when I was doing like graphic art in high school, and sometimes even to this level, I will zoom in all the way and edit shit pixel by pixel. And it takes forever. And sometimes it just makes it look worse. You know, you get to a point where you're just going over and over and over again. And then you like spend 20 minutes adjusting this graphic design. And then you like click back in your history and it looks better 20 minutes ago. And you're like, what the fuck am I wasting my time doing this? So I'm just working through all of this. And I think that's what this October is going to be focused on. I like to kind of uh, have each month be a theme for what I'm working on. Uh, Last month, it was really about conquering some of my deeper demons, and I believe we accomplished that with the previous couple videos. This month, it's all about letting go of my perfectionism and learning to just flow through it. Because if I can, when I enter a flow state, oh my God, I'm damn good at what I do. But I've found it harder to enter that flow state in the past few years, mostly due to the mental and financial stress I've been experiencing. But you know what? If I can enter a flow state with all this pressure on me, just imagine how much better I'm going to be at it once I can flow freely again, you know? So I think that's enough rambling for today. The important thing is we are delaying the 24-hour subathon by one day due to technical issues. And, well, I will still be live later today, but we're just going to do the dinner while I react to some videos and then probably do a little bit of Warframe and then we'll call it a night. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it up and say I love all of you and God bless America. Cheers.